Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the Hall of Fame Challenge. We are still quite dangerously in debt, but this season making a slight profit of £124,000 and £5,000 made this year. So we are slowly edging our way towards being back out of debt. But how is this season going along? We left off with that very nice victory in the fourth round of the Croaky Cup. It wouldn't stay like that for long though, as we lost on penalties to Sparta Petrograd, a team we most certainly should have been beaten. And though we played well and we did have a lot of good opportunities, the main thing that has to be said is Camille Pierre, despite getting into a lot of good opportunities, 100% cost us this game. A lot of offside goals, a lot of poor passes and shots, and he would miss one of three penalties that were missed in the shootout. Had he have scored that, you'd think we would have won. But that is our only blemish on so far a perfect season. We then would go on to beat Udinese 3-0. Atiri and Jalot with goals alongside a 94th minute own goal from Brooklyn Konic. A 1-0 draw against Union Namur, a 0-0 draw against Sporting Hasselt, a 1-0 draw against Royal Frank Bahrain. And none of these games were necessarily all that convincing. And so when I came into a game against predicted top of the league Zebra Elite, the youth setup to Charleroi, I believe, it wasn't looking good, but we would come out of that game 2-1 victors, goals from Goossens and Camille Pierre. The difference, we would then beat KSC 2-1 thanks to Vincent DeVos and Pavel Karimov, a 2-0 draw against predicted second Liège K, goals from Matiri and Pierre. We would then beat Ari Verton 4-0, a double from Amadou Jalot, a penalty from the right back Ludovic van Hecke, and a goal from Vincent DeVos. And we would score 4 again the very next Saturday as we would beat Dessel 4-2, Martin, Chantrain, Atiri and Materne all on the scoreline. And that leaves us in second place, joint with Union Namur for the top position with a better goal difference. The only reason we are not top is thanks to that draw against them. We were at home, so it's based on head to head. We need to beat them, you've got to think, when we do face them in a few months. But today we are going to be facing Hoogstragen and RFC Liège. They might not seem the most dangerous teams, but they're on 16, Hoogstragen, and Liège on 14, so 3 and 5 points respectively off of us, and we're top and second for a short while earlier in the season. This is going to be a good test of how we are against some of the best teams in the league, considering the fact we have beaten Udinese, Dessel, drawn with Hassel, Bahrain and Temps. You've got to think this is now the real test of our spirit and our mettle. The team is looking slightly different. If you remember correctly, DeVos last episode was on that right hand side and Jalot was on the left. Jalot now up top partnering Atiri. DeVos has moved into the midfield, and it's a new player, Simon Goossens, who was slotted into this right hand side. That vision, first touch, crossing, dribbling, everything makes sense. At 29 years old, we have a player in the prime of his career on that right hand side. DeVos has moved into central midfield where he is most comfortable. Long shots at 12 can tell you all you need to know. Alongside that, off the ball and work rate, teamwork, everything very good for a midfielder. Joanne Martins has slotted into this left hand side, 17 years old, and though there's a lot of hours pointing down, he is starting to progress very well as a more traditional inverted winger on that left hand side. We also have allowed this offensive lineup to be a little bit different. No more pressing forward, instead relying on deep lying forward and advanced forward. Just something a little bit more simple. But it also helps encapsulate the whole philosophy around this 4-4-2, which is that every player needs to have rotational options. And I'm not just talking in possession, out of possession, in transition, or in rest defense. It's about their ability within those positions, well, within those game states. Jallo can operate in so many different roles on that left wing, slotting into a number 10, coming deep into the number 8 role. He can also play now as a number 1, as a striker, number 9. Atieri is one of the only players who is traditional in that his job is to stay relatively central, though he does tend to have a willingness to pop up on these wider areas. It is transition and rotation that is the main goal of this 4-4-2, and yet we are playing very, very good football. As we head into this game against Hoogstragen, whilst you may not obviously know them, understand this team is incredible. Serge Fatima is a 6'4", 30-year-old centre-back in the peak of his powers, and those physical attributes are nothing to scoff at. 15 jumping reach at 6'4", he is definitely a threat. They of course also have Augustine Adoa, an 18-year-old striker who maybe doesn't look all that threatening, but is always someone to keep an eye out for, and Alessandro Bongiorno, the most Italian name you'll ever find for a Belgian, and this guy is one of the best strikers in the league, already with 5 goals in just 8 starts this season. So definitely a team to keep an eye out on. As well as off the bench, Shabani Kangala has 14 finishing. Incredible player. Would he join us is the question. Oh my! Oh my! Well, we could be about to sign a brand new striker right here off the bat. For £375, we are looking to sign 19-year-old Shabani Kangala, who I think we could develop into a very good player, and he's wanted by teams above us in the league. So I don't expect all too much there. Anyway, let's get into this game. I'm very excited as we have had an unbelievable start to this season. Okay, so the boys are relatively motivated. I'd hoped you'd be a little bit more motivated if I'm being honest. Jallo has done very well in that deep line forward role. The first game in which he played that position was the 4-0 victory where he scored 2. And he was so talented. Hold-up play obviously was out of this world, but his positioning was the main thing for me. Very good movement. The first highlight though is for Hoogstragen. Headed away by Van Hecker, only as far as Lei. Buongiorno. Oh, that's a big chance there. It goes out for a throw-in for us, but very nearly was a 1-0 lead for Hoogstragen. Oh my, I forgot. That's going to be a lot of noise. Apologies for that background noise there. It was... Basically, I left the window open. I live on a very busy road. De Vos! Oh, no big chance there. You immediately head right back into this game. And it will be Materne, who has came back from injury like a man on a mission. Berger makes that save. Yeah, he was out injured for the few games. Came back and has been unbelievable on that left-hand side. Few players have asked for new contracts. Jallo, of course, one of them. Van Hecker, I believe, another one. Goossens on the ball here. Time to show off. This is his first night in front of the cameras. And Bongiorno there with a good tackle. Lei beats Van Hecker. Kabangala. That is a tough name to say whilst thinking. Bongiorno forces a good save out of Santos Bravos. And it's right back to Jaikan. Only on the more 2-0 up. That tells you the quality we're facing here. Of course, this is a league which I don't expect many to know about. But it is still a very tight, very competitive league. 34 games to be played this season. So any slip up is a very important moment as Badini to Jaikan pulls it back, and it's a big block there by Reinbold, our holding midfielder. David, we are pushing them back. Timmerman, we deal with it well. And Buongiorno laying down, will be off the pitch. Hoogstragen, 10 men as this highlight starts from their throwing. And we saw in Wales, throw-ins have definitely had a big boost. Bedini coming through. Santos Bravos with a great save. That is a massive save by our goalkeeper. Kana holds it out. Once we hit half time, we'll look at the stats here. But from a quick glance, we are doing extremely well at controlling this game, but we haven't created any offense. This is our first chance too, as it is Jerome Martins on the left hand side. Cuts in exactly as asked, but loses the ball. And it's Kabangala. We know how good he is. We saw him in the pre-match. So it's a scouting report. Liai. Oh, lovely. Here is a counter-attack. Atiri. Over the top to Martins. Big moment here as our left winger drives forward. Pulls it back. No, goes for goal himself and forces a great save out of Berger. A lovely, mazy run there from that left winger. Big chance. Still from this corner kick. Don Materne looks for Khan at the back post. Headed away. Only as far as Goosens. And this will be recycled. No, it won't. We lose it. And it's right back to our goalkeeper. And it looks like half-time is approaching. But one last highlight. Jerome Martins is brought down by Timmerman. And that will be a penalty. Now, I'm not sure who will take it. It will be the right back, Lodewijk van Heck, looking to add his second goal of the season from the spot. And does, as he rifles that one into the top corner. And we lead heading into the half-time break. 1-0 up. KVK Tianen are really performing a miracle this season. And all of it, you've got to attribute to Owen Cosley. And here we are 1-0 up. Let's look at the match stats. Why are there no match stats? You can tell I'm not a big fan of this skin, but it does give me a lot of info. Wow. Oh, here we go. So they have had 10 shots to our 5, but we've reduced them to only 3 of those on target. 1.99 XG. Big moments there. So they have been better offensively, as we saw, but 60% possession, and that has been the story of us all season. We are very good in possession on the ball, but we are going to go a little bit more cautious here, accepting how good Hoogstragen are offensively, being a bit more willing to catch them on the counter-attack. But yeah, this entire season has been built off of possessional superiority, and it has definitely worked out well. It's difficult to get a tactic like that to work, especially at the lower levels in this game, so I'm extremely proud of that. As Goosens tries for, pulls across, Atiri, and it will not be offside. Zakaria Atiri makes it 2-0. He's been a great signing for us. His goal numbers may not look like anything to scream from the rooftops, but he has 100% been our most lethal threat up front, and there's some lovely positioning there between the defence and the goalkeeper. 2-0 up, 65 minutes in, and we look like we will be taking all 3 points back with us. However, still nearly half an hour left to be played. We can't rest on our laurels just yet. Great tackle by DeVos. It falls back to Buongiorno. Kabangala in, and that's over the bar. Some poor finishing, it must be said, from Hoogstragen today. It will be Jallo off for Camille Pierre after this highlight. Santos Bravos with a good save, but it falls to Kabangala from the rebound, and it's 1-0 up. 20 minutes still to be played. Let's bring our midfield a little bit more defensive. And a highlight straight from kickoff. That's not a good sign. There wasn't much we could do to deny that goal, it must be said. Chantrain. Materne. Oh, that's a lovely pass here. Very good utilising the wings. Camille Pierre driving forward. Goosens now looks to beat his man. Fans de Vos. All the way back to Reinbold. Van Hecke. That's poor. Really poor there from the right back. Haven. Great tackle by Atiri. Atiri's through, and it's 3-1. Zakaria Atiri with his 7th goal in 10 games for us. Huge, huge goal to give us some breathing space. And before we can even appreciate it, let's make some substitutions. Matisse Burgess is going to come on as an inverted fullback to try and be a little bit better defensively. And George Jacobs, another young left winger, is going to slot in on that left hand side. Another player I am a big fan of. Goosens loses the ball. Adoa, Pierre Jacobs, Pierre Goosens, DeVos. Could well be 4-1. The assistant referee does not have his flag up. We are 4-1 up against 6th place Hoogstragen, only 3 points off of us in the league, and we are showing them a difference in quality. Goosens with a lovely assist. The midfielder has really reinvented himself since moving into that central position. This is unbelievable football from us, and despite them having 3.03 XG, what a game today. I don't think it's worth making any more changes as we let this game play itself out. And it will. A 4-1 victory over Hoogstragen. Currently, we've got to say, we've been on one of the best runs as a manager we have had in a long time. 2 years of basically consecutive success here from Cardiff Met to Belgium. It is so good. The worry is our prime coming at possibly a very poor time for us? The goal is to become one of the greatest managers ever, and if the game starts to maybe advance beyond us, if tactical ideas begin to grow and things begin to adapt, are we going to be able to keep up once we eventually do reach the top of the pile? Which it looks pretty certain that we will one day do. But that's a big win. Leaves us still in 2nd place in the more top, but we are 100% currently the league favourites. With the most goals scored, the 2nd least amount conceded, I don't think it is unrealistic to say that with 24 games left to go, nearly halfway through the season, we are favourites for winning the league. And so we are back, and I'm very, very chuffed with myself. We have robbed him. Shabani Karangala has joined the side after playing very well for Hoogstragen this season. 9 appearances, 4 goals, 2 assists. Yeah, we've just took him, and so next game he will be available. For right now, however, Thomas Vils is injured and he is our usual holding midfielder, so we've got a couple options. Noah Lucabadio can play that role, or Sen Kulemans. However, Kulemans a little bit more aggressive minded, so it will be Noah Lucabadio coming into the side, and it is going to be essentially the same team. However, the reintroduction of Camille Pierre into the side as we face RFC Liège, who are, again, a very good team. Even though we are above them in the league, understand that, yeah, these guys can definitely be a threat. And by the end of the season, I could definitely see them up at the top of the table with us. First highlight starts from a throw-in, as it always does. Jerome Martins finds Camille Pierre. Here we go. Loses the ball out to Cavaniera. Wilmots. Oh, that's easy there for Martins. Atiri's miles offside, however, as he does get that goal. Sneaks it into the corner. Lovely finish. And hopefully that will just improve his confidence, if nothing else. A corner kick though for Liège. Cavaniera over it. In. Mendy wins the header, bounces around a little bit, falls back to Mendy, and that is a lovely goal there by Friedrich Gamba. I believe that's how you pronounce that. You'd ignore the N. 1-0, 5 minutes in, and we are trailing. Not a good sign at all. And you can see immediately they're now in 9th place. They're up to 8th place, 4 points off of us. DeVos though looking for a response. Khan at the back post, bounces up, and it will not really threaten anything. Moltari to the edge of the box, Kropanaise, and that is 2-0. First goal of the season for Alexandra Kropanaise, and very good goal to score, but that is not a great way to concede 2 corner kicks, and both of them have been edge of the box moments. We need to be a lot better than that. Let's go a little bit more positive. Try and really stamp our name onto this game, as we need to score 3 goals to stay within grasp of the league title. As I say, with so few games, we're losing out on 12 points in comparison to your traditional Premier League game season. So missing out on 12 points from that is huge. Any loss can really affect your season, as teams can go 15, 20 game winning streaks and undefeated streaks, and that's basically the season over. Reinbold, Martins, Fanzatiri, who is onside this time, and it's 2-1. That's another very good goal there from Zakaria Atiri, and his close control and finishing is out of this world. A lovely assist for Martins. Look at that, one touch, spins away, and a lovely shot right over the back of Pistol. And that is an unbelievably good name, Nicholas Pistol. He played for Manchester City. That is amazing. I love that. Manchester City had a player called Pistol. Materne, Martins, Reinbold drives forward, and that's just over the bar. Well, it looks like we're going to have to make some changes. And again, Camille Pierre not having a great game. Very inconsistent forward, but it feels like he's never as good as he should be. Jallo on for him, who didn't have the greatest game yesterday. Well, in last game. But he is definitely a threat up front. Mendy forward, Santos Bravos with a good save. And now Sticker. Bergering. Oh no, Giamba. 3-1. Liège, they are dominating this game today. We're very, very poor. We're just not threatening anything. It's difficult to be too upset because of how good we are, but we've seen them all only 1 point ahead of us. If we'd have gotten this win, we'd have created something a bit better, we would be flying high. Vincent DeVos off for Karimov, whom I'm a big fan of. Reinbold, Luca Barrio, and Goossens for George Jacobs. Materne, back post to Thierry, not quite. Come on, boys, we are better than this. Van Hecker, Chandrain. What a way to throw away. A 10-game undefeated streak in the league seems to be fallen here in a quite routine affair. It doesn't feel like, and they've got Olivier Giroud, that's why. And I'm gonna say that's Sully Montari. Alfonsi Santos Bravos punches that away. I've not seen that before. Another big shot there from the edge of the box. Doesn't quite work out. Yeah, I'm arguing they have Sully Montari, a man called Stick, and a man called Pistol. It's difficult to beat a man called Pistol, I will admit that. Karimov, come on. Still a little bit of life left in this game. Van Hecker, Kana, Jacobs swings in, finds Shallow, who is offside. Yet again, we're caught out. We're caught napping, and that is going to be the end of our second game. It's a very frustrating loss. With 5 yellow cards, it's clear we were just frustrated that entire game. But we have stolen. We have stolen a new striker. A man who can maybe change our season. Shabani Kangala has joined the squad. He will join on the 1st of July 2026. What? No. No. Join now. Why is he joining on the 1st? He's joining in a year. Oh no. That ends our 14-game undefeated streak, which began with RFC Liège back at the tail end of last season. Ends where it began. And this guy here, man of the week, Friedrich Ngiyamba. I don't even feel like signing you now because I know I can't keep you. Oh, I'm fuming with that. We stole a player who we don't get to use until it'll be too fucking late. Yeah, we're not going to be able to have him till next season. But hopefully he still develops at a high level for Hoogstragen. But that will be all for today. A little bit of a lackluster second game, a 3-1 loss that ends our undefeated streak. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.